Well, hello my friend in northern Alberta. You said you wanted to see more about wild asparagus. Well, I'm not sure what to tell you. Uh, it grows like cultivated asparagus, so I'm going to assume you don't have that out in northern Alberta. Normally in the spring we see the stalk here. You'd harvest it when it was an asparagus spear, you know, with its little crowny head there. Proper method is to cut it about an inch below the soil line with a sharp knife. Now, whether anybody harvests this in the spring or not, I don't know. It's all along this roadside, in little patches like this. It's easy to find it this time of year because in the spring you'd have a devil of a time finding it. You often find it in a sparse, well-drained soil, like around this fairly recent telephone pole, or the banks of railroad tracks, whatever the case may be. I'm not sure how many times you can harvest the spear. I should know because I have cultivated it, but I don't recall. But I do believe at some point you have to let it grow up like this to feed itself. Very shortly it'll be turning brown. And when I was here last time, did it have seeds on it? Can't recall. It's quite vigorous at this point in time, and you can find it after the snow. All of the small leaf will have fallen off, leaving just a brown carcass, if you will, of the stem. And might as well do the Cliff Clavanism thing, if I remember correctly. It, as well as wanting a sparse, nutrient-poor soil, it wants a different pH, ideally. I think perhaps alkaline, but don't quote me on that. Further Clavanism, and again, my memory, if memory serves, it was cultivated at the head of the Nile from a tidal floodplain plant where, you know, it would have fresh water and salt water. Although what mankind did to it to bring it to what it is today, and when and how long that took and everything else, I have no idea. When I harvest it, the wild stuff in particularly, about 30 seconds in some hot water and give it some butter and try to remember your table manners. Again, you can go back a couple of years. I was harvesting this stuff in more than one video in the springtime, in conjunction time-wise with wild leeks and watercress. And I remember someone in the comments said, well, you should learn how to harvest that properly. You're not doing the plant any favors. But didn't tell me how to harvest it properly. So, and I googled how do you harvest it properly and couldn't find any tips. So I went to, they were harvesting it commercially, and they were showing they cut it about an inch underground at 45 degrees with a sharp, well, I use a knife, they have a little tool and the machine drives along and does it. So I don't know what else to tell you about wild asparagus, because I don't know anything else more about it that I haven't told you already. Anyways, how's the weather in northern Alberta? Beautiful here today. I think it's October 10th. Take care, my friend.